I'm gonna make a little confession. Like 2 days ago when I was watching my hair, I was thinking, should I get a texturizer? Then I thought, I'm like, girl, no, like you did the most to get to this point. You're not getting a texturizer, you're not. Hey guys, it's Angela and welcome back to my channel. So I am going to be doing a really exciting video. I've actually been planning on doing this for the longest time, but I never got around to it, and I'm doing it right now. So obviously you click the title, you know I'm going to be talking about my hair, my natural hair journey. I have like hair videos on my channel, but you guys don't really know how I got to this point. I figured there's no better way to introduce the hair series than to start with a natural hair journey story. My journey is very much still ongoing because I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. That's the truth. I just kind of expose myself there. I'm still very much learning things about my hair. Let me just tell you my story. I'm gonna try to have pictures in this video too, if I can find some, but if I can't, then there's gonna be no pictures. Let's just get started. My hair was relaxed from a young age. I would say maybe, I don't even remember. Like, I know that my mom obviously didn't relax my hair when I was a baby, but like, you know, around, I think it's like when you start entering school, that's when they're like, okay, this hair needs to be relaxed. So around that age, it's when I got my hair relaxed. I started getting my hair relaxed. She didn't do it because, oh, I don't like your hair, blah, blah, blah. She did it because like, it was just too hard to deal with. She had three girls with 4C hair. That's a lot to deal with. So she ended up just relaxing our hair. I was relaxed up until I was 13 years old. I'm 16 now, if you guys are wondering. I don't know if a lot of you guys know my age, but I am 16. Around the age of 12, I decided to start watching YouTube videos. I've been watching YouTube videos before, but I usually watch, you know, Makeup by Mandy, Mac Barbie. So when I found like black girls doing hair videos, I began immediately to start watching them. And one of the OG girls up on YouTube, OG hair video girls, Kelsey and Kendra, everyone knows. So from the jump, that's who I was watching, and I really wanted my hair to be like theirs. And I noticed they talked about they wouldn't relax their hair, and I was like, oh my goodness, like. And honestly, from watching their videos, that's how I learned that I had curly hair. Before my tweens era in my life, I didn't even know I had curly hair. I thought my hair was straight. I had no idea whatsoever that the natural state of my hair was like this. Like, as a matter of fact, when I would have growth, I would be like, what is this matted mess? Like, this needs to go. Watching them, I was like, okay, like, oh my goodness, like, my hair is curly. What? Like, do all black people have curly hair? If so, I want my hair to look like theirs. So I started getting my inspiration from them. And I told my mom, I'm like, when I take my braids out, I don't want to relax her. And that was my big moment. My mom told me, she's like, okay, well, if you're looking at Kelsey and Kendall's videos, when you take your hair out, it's not gonna look like theirs. It's not gonna be like their hair. And I was like, what you mean? Like, no, it's definitely, like, I've been watching their videos. I know how to take care of my hair. I'm not getting a relaxer. So I was sold, set, 100% sure that I did not want a relaxer. So when I took my hair out, this is around 12, I was 12 years old in grade 7. I remember I went to school, I tried doing a twist out, and I noticed immediately my twist out wasn't as thick as theirs. I didn't understand the process of transitioning. I didn't know what that was. Like, I was 100% clueless with that whole spectrum. I had no idea what transitioning hair was or this and that was. So I was like, why my twist outs, why do they look like this, right? So the morning when I went to school, my natural hair was a disaster for me. Like, I was so embarrassed. I wasn't used to having my hair curly, short like that. I was used to having, you know, relaxed hair that was straight down, or braids. So that was something that it made me really uncomfortable. Everyone around me was pointing out, my teachers, everyone was looking at me like I was some animal. Like, I really didn't understand. After that whole process, I'm like, forget it, I don't want to be natural, I'm going back to relaxing my hair. So I ended up relaxing my hair the following week or week after, around that time frame. After that traumatic incident for me, well, I thought it was traumatic at that moment. but I ended up actually relaxing my hair, and yeah, I was back to relaxed, and everyone after I relaxed my hair was like, oh my goodness, I love your hair like this, your hair looks so good, you should do it like this more often, and blah 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 blah. And I started being more comfortable. I was like, yes. The whole reason why I ended up relaxing my hair again is because I wasn't familiar with my hair texture. I had no idea that you could have different hair textures from somebody. I thought that if this person was black, you definitely had to have the same hair as them, because I was so used to everyone having that relaxed look. All the black girls in my school having that relaxed look with their hair. So I was really used to that idea that all black people have this type of hair. And when it came to curly hair, I had no idea that you could have different textures and different curl patterns, that I wasn't familiar with it. So it was definitely a shock when I saw that my twist out did not look like Kelsey and Kendra's twist out. The following year, which was grade 8 for me, as I kept being more familiar with hair typing and educating myself with that whole natural hair world and the natural hair movement, I was really shocked with the idea that I could have a different hair type than somebody. So as I began educating myself, I began more comfortable with the idea of my hair, which is why I think it's really important to have different representations of hair types in the natural hair community. Sometimes I see campaigns with only feature 3C girls. Like, what does that leave for girls like me, for the type 4 girls out there? Grade 8, I decided, okay, this time I'm for real, I'm gonna stop relaxing my hair. So I began to let my hair start growing out. I was familiar with the transitioning term. I knew what I was doing was transitioning. I would straighten my hair, so nobody knew I was transitioning, but I would straighten my hair to blend in with the relaxed hair. And when I stopped straightening my hair, I remember one of the black girls in my class, she was actually my friend, she looked at my hair, she's like, Angela, you need to fix that ASAP. Like, girl, that's not cute. Your hair's starting to grow out. When are you gonna get your next relaxer? You have to get your next relaxer. And for me, I was completely like shocked by it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, when I look back during the moment, what she was saying, it didn't really, sit with me until now, when I realized that a lot of the hate that black girls have is within the communities, in the black community, and sometimes you think that you have to look a certain way, not because of other people, but because of your own people telling you that. That whole self-hate has really brewed within the black community. I continued with my process. I got braids and I just let my hair grow. Didn't want to relax it, didn't want to put a relaxer on it, kept watching hair videos, started watching 4C girls on YouTube. I think this was definitely a time where more 4C girls were coming up on YouTube and other things like that. Then in grade 9, I decided to do the big chop. My hair wasn't very, very short, but it was short in comparison to my relaxed hair, the hair that I've been used to having, the hair that I always had. So I was, of course, uncomfortable. I got braids for a while, braids immediately after my big chop, and then after I began doing buns. I would do buns every single day. Like, you wouldn't catch me without a bun in my head. And I thought, from watching hair videos, I always heard that buns were really good protective styles. And I also heard that braids were bad for hair growth. So I started believing that if I put braids in, it's gonna break my hair. I thought this was helping my hair grow. I had a routine that I would follow, but it wasn't until the end of grade 9 when I realized that this was actually the complete opposite. It was really damaging my hair. I went to my hairstylist and my salon, who'd been working with my hair for 2 years now. She's like, oh wow, I can see you went natural. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, the only problem is your ends are dead. For me, I thought that going natural meant your hair was healthier immediately, but that wasn't the case. She told me that I needed braids, and braids were gonna help me in my natural hair journey. Here in Canada, we have this thing, it's like grade 9 grad. I was graduating from the 9th grade and moving into high school, right? So I just kind of was getting my hair straightened and trying to look cute or whatever. But also at the same time, she did cut my hair. She started cutting some of my dead ends off, and she told me that whenever I was about to go into braids or any other protective style, that I should keep cutting my hair and cutting my ends off to slowly get rid of those dead ends, to make my hair healthier again. So that's what I did before all throughout summer and the 10th grade, before I did any protective style, I would cut my ends off. After that incident with her telling me my hair is really not healthy and my ends are dead, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do protective styles all year. So all throughout my 10th grade year, in grade 10, all I did was braids, weaves, other braids, all that. And every time I would take out my braids, I would do masks and make sure that it was moisturized, everything, and I noticed a huge improvement in my hair. It was softer. Literally, I could feel the change. It looked healthier, looked shinier, healthier, softer, and I honestly felt like everything was going right. I thought everything was perfect. I'm like, yes, like my hair journey is going smooth, and that is what I need. That's what I wanted. Until I decided to get braids that were thinner, a bit smaller than my usual look. I usually did box braids that were thick and long, but this time I did thin, and that was honestly the biggest mistake I could have ever made, and I'm still suffering from that decision to this day. I'm making it sound like I died. When I took my hair out, the front part, so my edges were like all tangled, and the only way I could untangle it is literally breaking my hair. So I really suffered from extreme breakage when it comes to my edges. They're just really thin, and parts of them are shorter than the other. It's mostly on this side than this side. This side it's still fine, but like this side is really like, girl, like, no. I know compared to other people's hair loss and edges loss that mine's not as bad, so I'm very grateful for that. I still am trying to grow these edges back. So if you have any tips for me, because I know that this is one of the hardest parts of your hair to grow. I am now in the 11th grade, grade 11, and I recently took out a twists that I had, but now I've decided, let me just give my hair a break. It's almost going to be 2 full years of just protective styling, and I don't think that is good for your hair. Your hair needs to breathe, needs that oxygen, needs that air. I'm very much open to advice, anything. This is why I love doing hair videos, because I feel like we communicate with each other, and I watch other natural girls. I know that I got motivated from YouTube and watching other girls' natural hairs and their process and their journey. I know that's where my motivation started. So I feel like if I can motivate somebody, that is definitely something that I'll be very happy with. I'm very much embracing this. And also, if you guys can tell, I tried out bangs today. I don't know how they look on me. You tell me if they're cute or if they're not. Or the very hard part, that's the biggest part of my journey, to get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm okay with this kinky hair that I have. I'm very much okay with how it looks, and I don't want to relax my hair. I don't feel like I need to conform to an image that is not my reality. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that this inspired somebody, or maybe just entertained you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.